Alright, so today I'm going to be installing an Airsoft Masterpiece slide onto a Hi-Capa, particularly the gold match in this case. And yeah, this is the Infinity vintage style, so it's a very kind of just plain looking one, but this is going to be going on that gun here. So the first thing I gotta do is take off the slide up here. So you're going to rack the gun. Right, and then you're going to line up it right there, and then you just pop it out the back. Sometimes it can be a little bit stubborn if it's a brand new one, but in this case it's not. Right, and then this is a brand new one. We have orange tip removed on this one. Orange tip causes problems with the actual function of the gun. So if you're having a hard time with your personal gun, if you just remove that orange tip, it should fix some issues. Just the way that they install those for American import is sometimes not very good. Alright, so we have that off of there. Now I need to remove the whole spring guide and all that stuff. And so on the gold match in particular, the barrel is it's kind of dumb. It's in there really good. It's got like some extra stabilizers in there that don't do a whole lot in the way of actually helping it. So it's a little bit harder to take out than all the other ones. Sometimes you can just rip it out, but other times you're gonna have to actually push it out. They got all that junk on there, right? I just take that stuff off. It's technically it's supposed to make it work better, but I don't like it. So I'm gonna get that off if I can. And so the reason I'm taking apart the barrel for the slide install is the newer Airsoft Masterpiece slides do not work with the stock barrels. You have to use an aftermarket barrel for these to work, which is kind of dumb, but that's the way that it is. So there we have that. We're going to set that over there. Now we're going to go to the rest of the slide. First thing you got to do is you got to unscrew it from the back there. So that's going to be, what is that? I think it's 2.5 millimeter, I believe. So you just unscrew that. And come out here in a second. Alright, so that's off of there. And then to get these out is a pain. So these are they're kind of like in there. So you have to kind of bend the plastic and push it out. I always have a bit of a hard time with these, but it does come out. It's just you're gonna have to struggle a little bit, or at least I always struggle. But there we go. We got that out. And we got our little nozzle spring in there that's gonna fall out. Right, and then we want to remove the rear iron sight. So it only goes out one way. I always forget. So you're gonna push it that way, right? So you push it that way, and it will eventually come out here. Or actually, sorry, you had to unscrew this just a hair. You had to lift the back part up enough to get over that little lip there. And is that, yeah, that's enough. I'll just come out. All right. And the front iron sight, it's a bit of a pain to take out and to put in. I'm going to use use a ballpoint pen with the pen part removed. And I'm going to use just a legit hammer here, and we're going to try to knock that out. I try not to use a punch because that normally will damage it, but I find that ballpoint pens are pretty good for using as a punch without being metal and scratching stuff. And we'll see if that one goes in. Sometimes these slide right onto the aftermarket slides. Sometimes you have to file them down a little bit. So we will see in a second here. Right. So now we have everything taken apart that we need to take apart. So we're going to go first step. It's going to be your slide. We need to put the rear iron sight back on this. Okay. So we're going to, it basically the same way but backwards. So you put it on this side, right? And then you bring it back over. And it looks like this is just going to slide right on, which is nice. The newer Airsoft Masterpiece slides just slide on. They're not annoying to do like they used to be. Where did I put my screwdriver? There it is. Right. And there we go. And I just get it down pretty much all the way tight. And obviously if you want this going to be very showy, you're not going to want to scratch anything up. But this is basically going to be a rental gun, so it's not a big deal for us here. So now we're going to put this guy in. The cool thing about the Airsoft Masterpiece slides is the blowback unit just slides in. It's not a, you don't have to do any stupid stuff to get it in there. Just push it in, it's in place, and then you can screw the little screw back in the back. Just screw that in. And so yeah, the back part's pretty easy. You just got to follow the steps basically. The front iron sight's the only part that's dumb, and we'll see here in a second if it's going to be dumb or not. All right. So there you go. Now we got that on there, and that's all good there. So front iron sight. We'll see if it just wants to slide in or not. Sometimes it'll go in super easy, but it's looking, you can't really see that much because I'm trying to be able to let me see here. Yeah, not quite. So we're gonna go ahead and file this down just a hair. Actually, here I'll save this to the last step because this part's not important if you don't want that front iron sight. So I'll get to the next most important part that you need to do. It's gonna be the barrel again. Basically, same way that you took it out or whatever. So this is a Lancer tactical barrel, and they're perfectly fine. They're steel barrels. They're heavy, which is a good thing, and they work flawlessly with the Airsoft Masterpiece slides, which is a good thing. They're not super expensive either. I don't know where you can get these. I know that we sell them here, but I don't know exactly where you can really get them besides us. All right. Sorry about that interruption. I am back now. So yeah, basically, this guy just drops right in super easily. And then you're all good to go there. And then it will just slide straight through. And it's in place there. And I think this is going to look nice with the red and gold. That's why I picked a red slide here to do this for. But now we're going to be doing this part. So it does come with a silver guide plug for the slide. I mean, I'm gonna prefer the gold. We're gonna see we're gonna see how easily this fits in, because I know that sometimes it fits in easy, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of depends. No, we're not gonna do that. All right, so since we're not doing that, this guide rod is going away. This one doesn't work correctly with these. It just doesn't go. So we're not going to be using this either. I have a gold guide rod over here that we're going to use instead. And so these ones, they do come apart. So if you don't want yours to come apart, you're going to want to thread lock that. There's the reason it comes apart is certain setups are going to require it to come apart. It'll have to go in 2 pieces, but in this case, it'll all be able to go in 1 piece. So I'm just going to keep it like that. And generally, when you do a metal slide, you want to have you want to do an upgraded recoil spring. I'm just out of those at the moment, so I'm not going to be installing that, but just put it in there. I will be doing short strokes on this though, which will kind of help alleviate that. Right, and now we're going to put it back in, so you just squeeze it and then you push it through. And there we have that. That looks way nicer than I thought it would. I already thought it would look nice. So we're just gonna kind of get this on there. We're gonna see if it goes on nice and easy, which it does, which is cool because the newer ones have been very easy. They require less fitment, which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. It's definitely gonna need some lube in there. All right, I'm back. I got a gold slide catch to match the rest of the gun. That's one of the downfalls about the gold match, is it comes with a dumb slide catch. As much as the extended part is nice, the actual catch itself is dumb. But we have that now, and that's going to look very pretty, which is nice because that's what we want. Right. So we're going to put a little bit of lube. Looks like there's already some lube on there. But we're just gonna lube the rails just a hair. So let's get a drop up there. If we can get a drop out. I just use my finger. And then inside there, I just kind of put a drop and I let the slide do all the work there. Oh, that was a lot bit more than a drop, but not too big of a deal there. And then don't have to do anything on the side because it's all going to be on there. All right. Oh, I forgot I'm wearing my hat. So sorry about bumping that camera there. And then just make sure everything's all lined up perfectly, because you don't want to ever really force the Hi-Capa into anywhere it doesn't want to go. I don't know what I'm having a hard time with right now. Alright, there we go. And that feels much smoother. We'll grab that guy. Alright, and that looks pretty sick. I like that a lot. I will be putting a red trigger in. I don't know if I'll be doing a video on that, but I will be doing that. So now to the fun part. Now we're going to do the the front iron sight, which is that is dumb. Right. So we're gonna remove everything. And I'd recommend you just don't even bother with the front iron sight if you're not going to use it. So like if you're using a tracer or a red dot or a flashlight primarily, and you're not going to be using iron sights, I just recommend not bothering. Just because it's a bit of a pain. It's my least favorite part here. I think my least favorite part about the whole gun is the stupid iron sight. Where is my file at? Okay, so we're just going to go at this for a while. Right, I spent a little time off camera getting this kind of sanded down a little bit, but it's going on now. It's a very tight fit, which is what you want. generally speaking at least. So we're going to get this guy all the way pushed on very carefully, because we don't want to like scratch anything really. But I will grab my little tube here and the hammer. And actually we're gonna get some, that'll help things up, right? Yeah, I think so. Let's soak in there for a second. And basically you want it to be in the middle of that, the middle of the thing there, obviously. We're gonna have to take this off of the mat here for a second. Alright, there we go. And we got a little bit too far, which is not that big of a deal. We can just hit it back a little bit. Keep going too far. That is, that's so close. All right, there we go. It's basically dead center. So we are good with that. I'm just gonna kind of wipe off the extra grease on there or whatever. Right. So that's good. And I'll put everything back together. All right, so there we go. Got that red slide on the gold match. It looks pretty nice, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Different ways to ride. If you'd have seen what I seen, done what I done, you'd be looking for